All right, I'm back on this 2021 Ford Explorer ST. My wife made fun of me because in the last video I said this was a Ford Focus ST because I'm so used to saying Ford Focus. So this is a Ford Explorer ST, and I've got some parts in the last video. As you can tell, it's been sitting here for a couple of weeks now. Got a new battery, and I've got the parts back here. But what I want to do is I want to jack this thing up and put it on its wheels. Today I bought a brand new set of wheels, just the same wheels as they come. Basically this 21-inch wheel that comes with them. I bought a full set, so I'm gonna have two wheels available. I couldn't find singles or pairs of wheels anywhere to buy, and at the dealer they're like $1,100 each, plus I'd have to buy the tires, so it made sense just to buy all four. And so hopefully by the end of this video I'm gonna actually have this thing running and driving, so I could start moving this thing around. And then I'm gonna focus on the body panels and stuff like that. But also what I picked up was, it's not in here yet, but I picked up a full set of ST seats, and they actually come with TVs. So if we have time today, I'm gonna go ahead and take this interior apart, take the seat belts out. As you can see, both seats are blown, so it made more sense to buy a full set, especially because the auction thought it'd be funny to put this whole wheel inside on this back seat. So that's why it made more sense to buy a full interior. And I'm not even sure what the back seats look like because they are folded and there's a bunch of parts back there. So I guess I'm gonna connect the battery, open the trunk, and see. Wow, I didn't know this was an option in here. This is pretty cool. So let's get to work. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the passenger side since it's easier to get to, and I'm gonna get rid of this mess here. This wheel is still attached by the strut, I believe. But like I said, I have all new control arms, all new struts, all new axles and everything OEM from the dealer. In the last video I said that the intercooler is probably okay, but it's not. It looks like it's got probably a tiny hole in it from the hood latch, which is cool because we're still getting that mega Whipple cooler for the 3.0 Explorer, and it's gonna be a 93-pound gas. This thing's gonna be fast. And I was thinking that these wheels would be safe, at least one of them, and they are not. And just like buying anything wrecked ever, there's always some extra damage that you don't really expect, I guess. The subframe I thought was okay, but it did tear it up a little bit here. Now this is fixable. I'll look into it and see how much a subframe is. Maybe I'll just swap it out. It's just more of a labor thing because you gotta hold the engine up, lower the subframe, this and that. It's just, you know, like a half a day probably. But so hopefully I can get that fixed. I'm not sure how bad it is on the other side, but if it's like that or better, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and repair it. I was hoping that, see, like on this side, it just broke the control arm. Over there, it ripped it out, and then it actually ripped it out of the bushing. I guess this thing will end up on the frame machine at some point. As you can see right here, there's a couple things that need to be pulled out. Nothing crazy. But anyways, let's open up some parts and see what actually is in these boxes. Maybe they're empty, who knows. But I'm gonna open everything up and just kind of lay it out and see what I have, because maybe I don't have everything, because a few things did not show up is what I was told. But I mean, I can see two control arms, the biggest ones, and then a bunch of other boxes. So let me open these up. So I really thought I got way more parts than that for $1,800 or whatever I spent. So we got both axles, we got a brake line, we got a strut mount, both of them. Got a knuckle, and then one strut. I needed two struts, so I only got one. We got the big control arms for each side, but the little one is missing. We got both stabilizer links, and this is one tie rod end. So looks like I will not be driving this thing today. So the wheels and tires finally came all the way from Cali. Took about a week to get, but they finally are here. But the bad news is, this is as far as I can go on the passenger front, is because I am missing this lower control arm still, and I need to address that over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this side alone and basically do the same thing on the other side and see what else I'm missing. And today's Saturday and it's late, so I can't get any more parts, but I'm hoping they already came in. I just haven't got the call, so I'll pick them up on Monday and this thing will be on its wheels. And I have decided that I will put the axles in. Might as well. If they have to come out for any reason, they'll come out. Big deal. Yeah, aren't you excited?
So what are you doing with our police car?
We're gonna re-outfit it properly. So we're gonna have 2 police cars.
Double the felonies.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude, this piece is here. Come on. It's usable. No, it's not. Yo, is this supposed to be a parking sensor or a camera?
Both.
No.
The radar.
This? No, it's the headlight module. Radar is nowhere to be found. Parking sensors, survived. First aid kit, bro. That's all we need. Remember when I said that I would get this knocked out pretty fast? Well, that's not the case because life is just so busy. On top of that, I got sick. So today I have a couple hours to get this thing drivable. I did get the right stuff finally. I got the driver's side strut here, and all I gotta do is just assemble this, straighten out the subframe just a little bit, and then I can make this thing drivable. So if you remember, on both sides, the front lower control arm part of the subframe kind of got bent and ripped on one side, and so right now what I'm gonna do is just gonna heat it up, put it back into shape, and eventually I'll probably change this subframe. But for now, to make it run and drive or have it on its wheels, I gotta have it straight, so I'll do that. So all I did was take like 3x3 plates, put them on both sides, and take a really nice big bolt, heated it up and then just squeezed it all together, and it looks pretty good. I'm gonna give it a few minutes to cool down. I'm gonna do the same thing over there and on the other side. Then what I'm gonna do is, if it looks decent enough, I'll just paint it and let it go, because it actually didn't rip anywhere where the welds are. It just slightly bent. I know heating up, it probably weakens it, but I mean, it's just the control arm and there's two of them. What's the worst thing that can happen? Yo, honestly, they turned out really good, and I even welded up the missing pieces and it's looking flawless. All it needs is some paint. It's looking straight. Totally just knocked myself out on the fender, but it's looking good on both sides. As you can see, just gonna slap some paint down. It's all one piece, it's all straight, it's not going anywhere. The main thing is all the OEM welds are all in place. It's just this and kind of tweaked. I don't think it's a big deal. Comment below if you think it's a big deal, and I'll think about it. Maybe I'll change the subframe, but I'm pretty sure alignment's gonna be flawless. So unfortunately, I'm running out of daylight. It's about to get dark in the next few minutes. So I gotta start cleaning up. And also, what I did was I assembled both sides of the suspension. I didn't record much because I was trying to get it done before it gets dark. But as you can see, both sides have brand new suspension. Everything fit flawlessly. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I should be worried about the subframe situation because everything lined up. I guess we'll see once we get it aligned. So the next step, I guess, I don't have any brake fluid here. That's why I'm not putting the wheels on. I do have a set of wheels, but I don't have any brake fluid, so I can't bleed them. So I'll leave them off. I'll come back the next video and bleed the brakes, pull this thing inside the shop, and start tearing the body apart because it's pre-inspected. It's ready to be fixed. I'm gonna start ordering body panels and schedule a time for the frame machine. So it's not much framework, but I do want it to be 100% because this thing will be probably around 500 horsepower or so when it's complete. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Until next time, later.